back with another 31 days of cut file fun, and today I am working with some pandemic pictures. We didn't get a whole opportunity to take a bunch, but the ones that I did, I kind of wanted to use this paper pack from Scrapbook Generation. I believe it's Scrapbook Generation, you guys, in order to document all the ones that I got. Now, it was just this cute little kit. I believe up at the top says, oh, do I not show it? I don't. Anyways, up at the top of the sticker sheet is where it said who it was made by, but this is all the paper that I have left, and I think I only have 2 more photos to document for the pandemic. So this one here is when the restaurants were making us all wear masks when we walk in, but then once we got to our table, we could take them off. So it was right before the mask mandate, but it just was where people were, here you use this mask and then you put it in this bin. Someone will go home and wash them and then they'll be reused. I know it's not silly, you guys, but it was before we realized how serious the pandemic was, in all honesty. All right, so I'm going to use this very awesome, already pre-done layout for me. I mean, seriously, all I had to do was put my photos down, a little sticker, and be done. It's just so awesome. So I went ahead and I took some selfies of us in our masks. Some of my kids just had no clue how to even put them on or anything. But I absolutely love these little beveled stars from Some Assemblage Required. And the reason why they're beveled is because they're not really attached in the center. And so I want to show you guys what my vision was for this. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this really cool Shimmers. It's a Vibes Don't Rain on My Parade. It is a gorgeous blue color. Well, unfortunately, I forgot to change out my napkin that is in the bottom of my spray box. So it soaked up some green. I did not want the green. So I went ahead and sprayed it all black, Altenew Jet Black, because I really wanted the blue. However, because it soaked up the green, I had to get rid of that. So it's going to end up being black. Now, what I did was I put some skinny strips of foam tape on the star portion. So that way I could bevel it once I glue it down. So the next thing I'm going to do is decorate the back of my pages. Now, I printed my photos a little bit smaller on my 4x6. That way I could have a pre-made border. I don't have to map my photos. I'm just going to add this blue polka dot, which the other side is the stripe, down at my border, so that way now my photo mats have a border to rest on, and there is a solid indentation of the fact that there is supposed to be photos down here. And then I'm going to have my photo or my stars go up and around and cover up a couple that were behind us, and so I didn't want them to really be in the photo, so the stars cover up those people perfectly well, and then float up into the upper portion of the word pandemic. And then I just have this one little germ that was gifted to me because I went to a retreat and my friend did not use it on her layout, and so she gifted it to me. She also gifted me a couple other little die cuts and things, and they'll be seen later. I already used some masks that she gifted to me, and then she's got thermometers, and so I have another layout involving thermometers. Some of the stuff we just really did not encounter that came in this collection. We didn't really encounter the lack of toilet paper, which I still don't understand. I still don't grasp that. We encountered empty shelves, but my local grocery guy or store owner family, they did their best at what they could to make sure that their shelves had something on there, whether it was a completely different manufacturer than what we're used to, or whatnot. And our shelves didn't seem as empty as others. Now, the necessities were there, but the rest of it, the wants and needs, were really different, so I have to say that there was that bit of a difference. Okay, so I couldn't remember the exact placement of my stars, so I just went ahead and wherever they landed, they stuck, so I'm going to have to just manipulate them a little bit to get my bevels to work. But what I did was on all of the flat sides of my stars, I went and I added glue, so that way when my foam pops up, the edges of those stars are going to be raised just a little bit. So they're going to truly be beveled stars. And then, of course, all of the solid stars are stuck directly to the layout instead of popped up as well. That gives it that dimension of highs and lows on a star. I absolutely love how it looks. Now, it's really hard to see it straight down. I do try to tip my layout a little bit so you guys can see it. But in person, this looks amazing. Just to, toot my own little horn. But it really does. Okay. I was also trying to figure out, I had the perfect title in mind other than the new norm. But then all of a sudden, that was the only word or only title that I could get in my brain. So it's going to say the coronavirus pandemic is the new norm. I mean, it's going to take us a long time to weed out this virus, right? It's like the flu. Once we have it and once we start spreading it, it's there for life. It's just going to keep dwarfing and morphing into whatever else it can because it wants to survive just as much as we do. And just like the flu isn't a one-time flu either. It's morphed into different things as well. So meningitis, I believe, is one of the flu types. There's another M word out there that I can't think of, but it's okay. I just wanted to let you guys know that truly this pandemic, even though it's not really a pandemic anymore, the coronavirus is our new norm. It will always be with us in light or in heavy. It's going to be with us. I've just come to those terms, to be honest. Okay, so I took that little house that said just stay home because we didn't get that option. Our minds never shut down, and so we were constantly at work. What they did was they just separated us. Instead of 4 people in an office, they put 2 people in an office, that sort of thing, as long as we social distanced. But if I needed to go talk to this person, I wore my mask in the hallway. I wore my mask standing next to the person. In all consciousness, be safe type of deal. And so we never really got that opportunity where we were on lockdown. So I cut that out. But I did like the house and I liked the little germs all over the house and things like that. So I went ahead and I cut that other die cut that I had of the virus and put it inside my house just to show that, just to have a different little unique embellishment cluster going on. And that's pretty much it. I added a little sticker that says wash your hands, which is something that, I think my whole family's germaphobe, so we're constantly washing our hands. We go pet the dog, then we go wash our hands. We go outside, we come back and we wash our hands. I mean, it's just something that we've always done. So I don't know if that's borderline germaphobe or not, but it just was a sticker that I added. I popped up my little germ, but here's where you can see how the stars are sticking out in the center of them, but glued down all around the edges. I love how this looks. I am so impressed with this cut file. I absolutely love it. All right, that is all for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Be sure to hang out over on the Facebook group where lots and lots of people are playing along. I am so stoked at how many people are posting what they're doing with their files. The inspiration over there is phenomenal. I love it. Thank you all for playing along and indulging me in this all month long fun. It just really is. Also, too, there's a playlist here on YouTube. It's also down below in the description box. I made a playlist and I shared it with other content creators. And so they're adding their videos as they're playing along. It's not necessarily in order. It's not necessarily, like they got their files in advance, that sort of thing. Some of them did because clearly they bought them in July and they've had them all month. But it wasn't planned. I didn't expect anybody to play along, but they reached out to me and I thought, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Of course you can. And so I made this playlist where we can share all of it and have a one-stop shop for everyone's videos. And I just absolutely love it. All right. Thank you so much. And I will check y'all later. Bye.